And how are we doing, everyone? LRon here with another Starcraft 2 video. This one is going to feature a Zerg cheese rush against a random elite opponent. This one's probably the least creative of the three rushes. Ocelot and I essentially created the other two, but this one is for the most part just a standard 10 pool. So we are going to drone up to 10, and then be sure to group the hatchery as group 1 and set the army rally point at some point to the enemy base. Don't let that slow your droning process. Only do it when you have sufficient time. I was kind of showboaty there and getting it done before getting my 10 drones. But there's going to be a nice big window of downtime between when you get your 10 drones and when you can build the spawning pool. So you could safely do it in that period of time instead. So before you build your overlord, you're going to make the spawning pool, and then you're going to drone back up, and then you're going to build your gas assimilator, or extractor, and then drone back up. Then, at that point, you can finally make your overlord. And be sure to individually rally that overlord somewhere other than the rally point that you've established for your general army, because it will go and get itself killed. So once the extractor's up, put 3 drones onto it, and then if everything's timed right, you'll be able to buy 3 sets of lings basically the instant the spawning pool appears, because the overlord appears at the same time as the spawning pool. Then I buy 1 more pair of lings, and then I wait for the gas to get close to 100. 100's our target, and we don't want any more after that, so take the drones off, and then buy this speed upgrade. Then while your Zerglings are moving, you then buy a queen. In this particular video, I didn't make too much use of the queen because things were generally under control. The queen's kind of more of a safety net, because it's going to give you more larvae, which means more Zerglings and more drones if necessary. It's very important in 2v2, but 1v1 it maybe ends up being useful half the time, but the half the time that you need it is where you're thankful that you do it. So what's going on here is we are playing cat and mouse with the drones, or the probes. If we can get a single one in isolation, yeah, kill it. But if there's a bunch of them, they can outpower us before we are in speedling form. And we want to target the pylon that's powering the gateway, because that's just as good as killing the gateway, and it has a ton less hit points. But generally prioritize the enemy military first. Looks like the speeding upgrade has just happened. So at this point I take advantage of that opportunity because the Zerglings are a little more independent at that point. They can survive without immediate attention. Because, well, before they have their speedling upgrade, they kind of need to be micromanaged, otherwise they'll just die. But now we're at a point where I can just face off with these probes and kill enough more of them than they kill me to make it worthwhile. And so that is Zerg. Alright, have fun.